Hey, hey, collective. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to do a general message. I'm going to see what Spirit has to say. This may or may not resonate with you, and that's fine. Hope you get some type of clarity or it speaks to your spirit in some kind of way. And we're just going to do a couple oracle cards, some tarot, and just go from there. All right, let's see what we got. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? Purification. Purification. I'm here, and that's number 41. That it's time to put away the things that is no longer making you whole. This Gemini symbol is sticking out. So you could have two minds or two thoughts. You could be struggling with it. Like, I feel like I need to be going down this path. But this is what serves me over here because this is what I'm familiar with. This is what I know. So with the purification, it's time to make sure that we are walking by the spirit and not by the flesh, because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, right? The flesh wants what it wants. It wants a juicy cheeseburger dripping with juice or grease, I should say, with a milkshake. But if you're talking about losing weight or you want to get in shape, your spirit is trying to lead you to something more of a lean chicken breast, maybe, and some steamed broccoli. To me, that's the example of the spirit and the flesh. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The flesh wants what it wants. We have to get to a point where we starve it, where we tell the flesh who's in charge, who's running the show here. Our flesh running the show has gotten you to a position that you probably don't even like what you see or hear. So that purification, you go inside and start purging those things that don't line up with where you feel and even have the thoughts of where you want to be, right? Which is victorious. That's card number 44. Card number 44. Purification will lead you to victory over battles, things that you may have been battling or feels like you've been battling forever. I feel like God is trying to cause you to transition. That's the bottom of the deck. Transition. As we transition, you go from like a metamorphosis. You go from one thing to another. So it's purification into victory. What has God been dealing with you about? What has Spirit been dealing with you about? Like, it's time to put this down, or it's time to walk away from this. That transition. I'm gonna get some tarot. My Spirit. What does the collective? What does the collective need to do for this purification? What are they purifying? Let's ask that. What does the collective need to purify? What does the collective need to purify? Two of Cups. I'm hearing wholeness. Looking at oneself. looking at oneself and being true to who you are. When you look in the mirror, liking who you see. When you look at yourself, loving who you are. When you look at yourself, you become enthroned with who you are and who you evolved to be. That's what purification is going to cause. All those negative thoughts, all those things of doubt and unbelief of yourself will fall off into this ocean and can drift away. And what will be kept will be held in these cups. Looking at yourself. When you look in the mirror, is it with love and care and graciousness, with power, with gratitude, purifying all those things that is not uplifting you, purifying, getting rid of all of those things that drag you down, to keep you in the gutter, in your mind, eventually in your health. Let all that be exposed, that moon, the fears, the doubts. That's what needs to be purified. So that when you look in the mirror, you see wholeness, you see beauty, you see oneness. All right, Spirit, what else needs to be purified for the collective? What else needs to be purified? The Five of Cups. Not seeing, and that's another Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is behind him. The Two of Cups is illuminated. The Two of Cups is shining. Two of Cups is bright. So what else needs to be purified? It's looking at the dullness, looking at the decay, looking at what you don't have. That's what needs to be purified. You know, having an attitude of gratitude changes your vibration. It changes your level of vibration from low to higher, because you then begin to be grateful. So instead of like, oh, I just spilled 3 cups. Oh, these 3 cups are dull and they're not shiny anymore. You can look at the Two of Cups and like, I've got 2 great shiny cups that can hold possibly anything. It's how you look at it. It was what you focus on. You have the 2 orange, but these 2 orange is what's sticking out, and that's the sacral chakra. Chakra. The sacral chakra, and it's I feel. Get in touch with your feelings. How do you feel? Purify all the feels that is not taking you to victory, to wholeness, to oneness. Purify that. The feel. And when you look in the mirror, do you say, I feel wonderful, I feel great? That's what you need to focus on. The sacral chakra also is the sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, and sociability. It's like, do you feel accepted? Purifying the thoughts and or the feelings that tell you that you're not acceptable or that you're not accepted, because you are. You're divine. All right, let's get one more. What else does the collective need to purify, Spirit? What does the divine need to purify? Page of Pentacles. Small beginnings is what I heard. Thinking that your small beginnings aren't going anywhere. Purifying the thoughts that make you feel like that you can't or that you're not enough because it's just small. You know, when you are faithful in the little, you will be ruler over much. It's inevitable. It has to happen. If you are faithful over these little things, that whatever God has put in your spirit or your heart to do, as you master that, as you obtain that, as you conquer that, become skillful in that, you have no choice but to elevate to bigger and to become ruler over much or ruler over more. All right, Spirit, what will the collective be victorious in? Show us what the Spirit, show us, Spirit, what the collective will be victorious in. And I'm hearing it's already yours. It's already yours. You just have to believe it. It's already yours to be victorious in. The Hangman, no longer being stuck. You may have been feeling stuck. You may have been feeling unworthy. You may have been feeling doubtful. You're going to be victorious in looking at this from a different perspective. The Hangman, he's upside down. He's chained to this device or whatever this is, you know, can't move. And because of that, he's not able to move from this position, but he is able to turn his head, his eyes, and look at it from a different perspective. So collective, you need to look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from the victorious standpoint. Look at it that you are already victorious. Spirit, what else does the collective need to know? What will make them victorious? What gives them the victory? Look at that. The Fool. Just taking a leap of faith. You know, even with that, I'm hearing someone saying, I can't. Why can't you? Why can't you? Small beginnings. Nothing is small with God. The Fool. The Fool is out here juggling life on, is that called a baton? He's got one foot on the baton and it's got fire on the end. And he's literally juggling life. And look, the moon is behind him. The moon represents fears and things being exposed. But yet, they're doing it anyway. They're doing it anyway. That's what a fool does. They throw caution to the wind. And in this case, throwing caution to the wind is like caring what people thought, what people think. More importantly, caring what you think, collective. The negative thoughts that you believe. You can be your own worst critic. And that can cause you not to be victorious. The Fool is also the zero is the beginning. It's the beginning of a new cycle. It's the beginning. Page of Pentacles. I heard small beginnings. So maybe whatever it is, you think it's small. The bottom of the deck is the Chariot, moving in a positive direction. Right? All right, let's get one more. Spirit, what makes the collective victorious? I swear my throat chakra is like pulsating. Someone afraid, nervous, trepidatious is the word. Reluctant. I equate this as the feeling of going down the sliding board where you're supposed to just go down the sliding board and be like, whee! But this person's going down the sliding board, but yet holding their hands down the side so they can still control it. So instead of getting the wee, you're getting the woo. You know, you take that leap of faith and just go with the woo of it and enjoy it and see where it takes you. King of Swords. truth. I'm hearing truth and lessons learned. That Saturn up here. Painful lessons. You know, pain can be a great teacher. It doesn't feel like it while we're going through it. Trust me, I know. But through pain, you know, it's like you won't experience that again. Why? You learn the lessons from it. You tell a child, don't touch the stove, Johnny. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Johnny touches the stove. I just looked at the bottom of the deck and it said judgment. And then I heard, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to you. I'll put that right there. You tell Johnny, don't touch the stove, Johnny, it's hot. Don't touch the stove, Johnny, it's hot. What does Johnny do? He touches the stove. He just learned a lesson. Next time he gets near that stove, guess what he's going to do? He's going to tread lightly. He's not going to wee all the way over to that stove. Why? Because he knows the pain that it caused. So maybe someone is feeling like they need to avoid the pain. But for us to mature, for us to grow, for us to heal, for us to evolve, the things that we go through that causes pain, that causes heartbreak, you know, we learn from that. That's now in our arsenal. So that when we do approach, instead of wee, you know, we like, whoa, you know, you are assessing the situation. You know, you have that in your quiver now. You have looked at this from all different sides, all different situations. You know, with taking a leap of faith, you know, it is, you're evolving. So I see that, like, someone going through something, those pain, the issues, the hurt, the disappointment, you know, and when you heal from that, and when you go through that and it falls off and you could step on that and it makes you a little bit taller, you know, because we're without escape, first of all, in life of heartbreak, but it's how we deal with it. Are we going to use that pain, that heartbreak, that disappointment to make us a better person? Or we're going to use it to cower and hide? Can you get to a point where you can allow the pain to purify you? Through pain comes purification. That's what I'm going to title this. Through pain comes purification. And because we all go through pain, we all go through something, we all been hurt, instead of harboring that, instead of sitting in it and let it eat away at us, why not let that make us victorious? And you can wear that crown, you know, because now you're victorious in that. Guess what's not going to happen again? And guess what? You can also help someone else. You know, you can be that person telling Johnny not to touch the stove. You know, they've been warned. It's up to them whether or not they touch the stove or not. Because in life, we all still going through that same thing, like we told little Johnny, don't touch the stove. Only difference is our stove is different. You know, the lesson that Johnny learned from the stove, you're learning from your stove. You know, quote unquote, whatever it is. You insert whatever that issue is, whatever that heartbreak was, whatever that disappointment was. You're learning from that. And you can be victorious. You can be victorious. Let's get a Chakra Wisdom Oracle card. I like this deck. And see what it has to say for the collective. Through pain comes purification. And I'm hearing if you allow it. It's what are you going to allow it to do? The choice is yours as far as victory or victim. Thank you, Lord. Do you want to be a victim or victorious? All right, let's do a shuffle Let's pull a card. The wisdom of the card. It's the collective need to know spirit. Perfection. Perfection. I see that inner child. What people see on the outside is a reflection of the wholeness or the healness, or how far your inner child has been healed. That's what people see. That's what people hear when they see you. All right, let me get the book because it has some key words in it. Let's see what time. It's 20:55. And so this is the red, which is the root chakra, which is I am. Energy, stability, comfort, and safety. All right, so it's perfection. Okay, the keywords is uniqueness, friendship, acceptance. And when I saw the word acceptance, it made me think of the first tarot card that came out. Is what do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror?